Praise be Jesus through the heart of Mary. Greetings, brothers and sisters. My name is Reuben Purchase, and I am a mission catechist. Put very simply, that's somebody who has a mission to help catechists. So I do so in the Diocese of Shrewsbury. I've been mandated by my bishop, Bishop Mark Davis, to help in the formation of catechists and help in those who may be discerning the call to catechesis to begin that journey. And I'm delighted to have been mandated to this task. So in upcoming videos, I'm going to say a lot more about how we're going about that. But today I want to say something about the general underpinning to everything that it is that I'm called to do, and indeed that I would argue that we're all called to do. And that is the underpinning of mission. Okay, so this is the mission for catechesis. At the end of the Gospel of Matthew, we famously hear, don't we, that Jesus sends us, he sends the whole church to go and to baptize the nations and to teach them all that he has instructed us to teach them. And of course, our call in catechesis is for the teaching, for the instruction aspect of that. So the primary catechist in any diocese is, of course, the bishop, and the primary catechist in any parish is, of course, the parish priest. And then there are certain lay people and religious people who are mandated. I'm a lay person mandated to help the parish priests and the bishop in this cause. So put very simply, catechesis, for those of you who may be wondering what catechesis is in general, is the handing on of the truths given to us by Jesus Christ. So we hear very much these days about the new evangelization. Okay, this is the big thing. And the new evangelization really is nothing more mysterious than the Great Commission for now. Because it's entrusted to us very pressingly at a time when many people in the Christian world, if you like, have fled the faith. So it's a call to a re-evangelization of Christian nations. And we know that this is no short-term fix. There's no way that it could possibly be a short-term fix. Indeed, we might say that there's a kind of new catechesis that has to happen on the back of the new evangelization, because that's the first key point here to make, is that catechesis is evangelization. Okay, all evangelists ought to be au fait, if you like, with the language of catechesis, in the way people who teach English to kids at primary school are going to be au fait with English taught at secondary school. By the same token, all those who are involved in catechesis ought to be good evangelists. Okay, we all ought to be able to express the essence of the good news through expressing the sacramental teachings that we help initiate people into. Okay, so I'm a mission evangelist, just as I'm a mission catechist. That's a very important point. My mission is quite simply to proclaim the same good news as any other evangelist. Okay. And any time that any of us indeed go from proclaiming the initial witness of the good news into offering any more systematic answer about the faith, we're effectively traveling from evangelization into the task of catechesis. Our good news is the person of Jesus Christ, who came to save us from our sins. And any time anyone introduces one person to another, we're beginning a very dynamic and relational business. We're beginning something that is ongoing necessarily, and that grows over time. So you could say that anytime anybody helps anybody grow in their understanding of who Jesus Christ is, they're effectively engaging in the task of catechesis. To that end, I want to make the point very strongly in this first video that we are all, in some sense, catechists. Okay. So, admittedly, first things first, this mission for catechesis is going to be sent primarily to the mandated lay catechists in parishes. That's the work that we're doing on the front line, if you will. But that will also mean that those who are already established catechists and their priests and their deacons will need to work together with the diocese in order to try and find the new generation of catechists. And it will also mean, I think, very crucially mean, building up a culture in which speaking about the truths of the faith is considered to be something a little more normal as we move forward, because considered both necessary and also, frankly, very delightful. We're all catechists. Okay, parents are the first catechists of their children. They don't need a mandate to engage in the work of teaching the truths of the faith to their children. And all of us will just as surely be called to make more systematic answers about our faith at various moments in life, if we're doing what we're called to do in the first place, and that's offering a little bit of the good news whenever the opportunity arises for us to do so. Now, when I tell people who are not in the church that I'm a catechist, it's very understandable that I get a blank look. Okay, because people are not familiar with that word, they don't know what it means. Sometimes I might even get that blank look in the church, and of course that's probably a little more unfortunate that that's the case. If I get that blank look, it's probably not that they don't know what catechesis is in one sense, but it's that they reduce that, if you like. They think that there's only relevance for catechesis, the only relevance in their life or the life of their children is when they're being initiated into the life of the sacramental church, and once that's done, they're fully cooked and on they go, if you excuse my saying. But I would say that all people outside of the church need desperately to hear about everybody's relationship with Jesus Christ within the church. And that's all of our responsibility, is to testify to that relationship that we have. And so all of us within church really need to be continually nourished in the truths of the faith so that we're able to offer as full and rounded a proclamation of who Jesus Christ is to those who are outside the church when we're given that opportunity. So again, brothers and sisters, we're all catechists. Okay, my mission is first and foremost to help the priests of our diocese and their Catholic parishioners to be nourished, not just in the truths of the faith, but in the best means of transmitting them too, such that we can all help each other to uncover and to nurture our own capacity to evangelize and catechize this world that is so desperately in need at this time, particularly, of meeting Jesus Christ. We need, I think, to get away from the idea that catechists are only involved with helping initiate people into the sacramental life of the church. What about a catechesis for ongoing formation? Okay, my mission is to help the priests in our diocese find and form a new generation of lay catechists. And for that, I need both the existing catechists and the new to be patiently and passionately missionary with me. That's the call. We all need to be, I think, missionary catechists. And a missionary catechist doesn't just help bring people into the sacramental life of the church, sacred though that certainly is, central though that certainly is. They also commit to an ongoing formation in the faith, such that they can then seek to mentor others into the sacred work of catechesis. So if you're anybody who's interested in talking about the truths of the faith, I would urge you to be in touch with me. Be in touch with the mission of catechesis, and I'm sure that we can work together on this important project. Okay, so please do contact me on the link given at the end of this short video. Please do subscribe to the channel, and please do share this as widely as you can, and try and stay in touch with me as we build up this channel, as we build up the community which we so badly need after this very bizarre and awful period of pandemic that we've all had to suffer. Let's please try together to build a guild of excellent and humble catechists worthy of the one who sends us. Praised be Jesus, through the heart of Mary.